Hey guys, it's Isabella Illustrations here, and welcome to my top 10 favorite Disney movies. For this video, I will be going through all my favorite animated Disney movies, my top 10, and I've realized that top 10 lists are very popular, so I decided to try it out. And so, yeah, let's get to it. My first favorite is obviously Frozen 2. Now, you guys know this already because Frozen's right there, and my other posters always be behind me over there. So, yeah, Frozen 2 is by far my favorite. The characters are just amazing, and the stories are just fantastic in that movie. I just love it. And I don't think it's a surprise to you guys how much I love Frozen 2. I think I've established this. But for those of you who didn't know, that is my favorite Disney movie of all time. It's the type of movie where I can watch it over and over again and never be bored, and that is why it is my favorite out of all the Disney movies. The animation is gorgeous, and it's just so good. Alright, so number 2 on my top 10 list is Disney's Hercules. Now, another movie that I could watch 1,000 times and never get bored. I love the characters again, the story is so good. I love Greek myths and stuff, so that's why it really intrigues me as well, is because I like the whole demigod of Hercules, and I like Meg also in the movie. I think she's my favorite character after Hercules, and I just love seeing them together. And most of these movies I also watch for the romantic interests. I love that stuff. I'm a big romance person. And yeah, I think that Hades is my favorite Disney villain. I don't think I could pick anybody else, to be honest. That movie is just so good. As of this year, I have recently, for number 3 that's on this list, have been addicted to The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now, that movie is one of the darkest Disney movie of all the Disney movies. And I don't think anyone can really say otherwise, but I like it because it's dark. It has a more mature tone, and it has the little romance, but it's like, that's not the main focus, but I still love the story because the villain is good, and he's also one of my favorite villains, and the characters just are really, really great, and I love the story about it doesn't matter what's on the outside, what matters is what's on the inside, so I really like that movie. I can't say why I like these, they're just my favorites. My 4th one, I believe, is Zootopia. Now, everybody loves Zootopia. It is like such a good film. I love the characters, Nick and Judy. I think they really work well together. I really hope they make a sequel because I would love to see another movie with those two. Whether they stay in a friendship or ever end up in a relationship, I don't know. But I just loved those two in the movie, and I love the whole world that they've created for Zootopia. And it's just so unique and so interesting, and I just could watch that movie 1,000 times again and never get bored. So, yeah, that's my 4 on my list. Now, 5th is Frozen. Now, why is Frozen 5th on my list? Because I love the characters, and I liked the story, but Frozen 2 is still my favorite. Frozen is still really good, but after a while I felt like I could get bored of watching it over and over again with how many times I did watch it waiting for Frozen 2 to come out. So it's a bit lower on the list, but it is still my favorite. It's in this top 10. So, obviously, I still love Frozen. I just can't get enough of these characters. They're amazing. Next is Tangled. I don't know if you guys know I love Tangled. I absolutely adore it. I'm still looking for a Tangled poster. I can't find any. But yeah, I love Rapunzel. I love Eugene. I love their chemistry. I just love those two in that movie. I love the story. It is so much fun. I love that movie. Um, I also watched the TV show, which was great. But yeah, this movie, Tangled, is just like really special to me. It was a movie my aunt took me to see in the theater when it came out, so I was like very happy to see that, and it's just a great movie. So I put it as in my top 10 because I just love Rapunzel. She's great, and she's an artist too, like me, so we have that in common. All right, next is Princess and the Frog. Now this movie is underrated, very underrated. It's not given enough credit, but I love this movie. I love the chemistry between the two. Of like, I have no words. I love their how their relationship grows in the movie. It is really great, but the story too, as well as the other characters, are great. I just love that movie. I don't know why I love these movies so much and why they're my favorites. They just are. The stories and the characters are brilliant, and I love them. And that's why I keep coming back to watch the film. So I'm glad that they're making a TV show too, so now I can finally see some more. Next up is Beauty and the Beast. Now that movie is so good. I could watch that a lot and never get bored. I even watch the Christmas movie every Christmas because I love those two. But I also love the story about how, again, it's not what you look like on the outside, but what's on the inside that counts. But it's also just the universe is so expansive. Like, you could do a lot of things with it, and I have no words. I'm wordless. I am completely lost for words. It's just a really beautiful movie, and you guys should watch it. Alright, next is Tarzan. Love that freaking movie. It is, I had to put it on this top 10 list. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's just, I love the whole Tarzan story, and the fact that Disney attempted to do it made me like, oh my god, I have to watch this. So I did, and it was amazing. I loved it. I loved all the animal characters. I loved the love story. You would have thought between Tarzan and Jane would have been a lot more difficult, but they do show a lot of Tarzan learning how to speak English and understand English, so that explains the things that make it difficult for them to get together, but as well as it also addresses the main villain too, which is also really good, and I highly recommend this movie. It is just so good. Last but not least is, if you didn't guess it, Lilo and Stitch. Now, Lilo and Stitch is so unique because it's an alien kind of movie, and I love alien kind of movies, especially Stitch. He's my favorite alien, I think, after Alf, and I just want a Stitch of my very own, even though he's a very troublesome fellow. I love that about him, and I love Stitch and Lilo's friendship. It's just so adorable. Family really is important, and that movie really, it just gives a great family message about sticking together, and I just love the characters. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna end up watching the TV shows that they made, and yeah, I've watched the sequels too. So, yeah. So that is it for this video. I will be having a series of these videos, so you guys will notice that actually I think 3 or 4 of these videos will be made for different franchises and stuff. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!